Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the GW Panther, the Tier 7 German SPG. It's located on the north spawn of Cliff, and this one is under the command of apgibbo of the TSDS clan. And you may have seen a recent video where he got a first class. Game on! Well, the colours look very familiar, because he was in the last video we did. 15cm howitzer, capable of doing 600 alpha and 39mm pen, 7.2 meters on the burst radius, and between 10 and 18 seconds of stun. So enough to get plenty of stun assist. Well, knocked a tree down there, but actually that might come in useful later on, especially if the enemy Arty wasn't actually watching, because that tree is actually blocking a bit of view of the enemy, and he's done it again. Now that it's also a sign for the enemy that there might be somebody there, but he doesn't know which side he's on, so that might be useful for him. When he's aiming for the western corridor, there's nearly always somebody who will either try to get up onto the donut, or they will try and hold this corner. And instead he's been drawn by this CS52 list. He's dialing in as fast as he can. Almost ready. He'll go forward any second. Rounds out. Direct hit. Good shot. Now I do like this position on this side, because you can move forward quite a bit to reposition. In fact, the enemy will try to consider which one you're in, which bush, which side you're in of that rear area. But if you're actually away from the bushes, it makes it much more difficult for them to work out exactly where you are. So he gets another hit, this time on the 45 TP. Now if he looks up onto the donut, he'll see there's an enemy tank up there. The enemy just lost their 45 TP, the Tiger one, and they've also got another tank up there, a Lurver. In fact, the Liss is up there as well. Grabs out, another hit this time on the Lurver. 105 from the actual hit, but he got stun assist afterwards. A lot of action going on in the background there. Looks like our guys are trying to get round the cliff. And he's found a Type 57 just the other side of that rock. But this guy is acting as lookout for the guys in the sniper's nest. So if we can get rid of this guy, or at least force him to move, that will certainly help our team. Rounds out in the Panther M10. Landed where he was, but he doesn't appear to be there. There's no sign of counter battery from the enemy coming in our way, but it also helps to be cautious to start with on battles. You never know what the enemy might do. The enemy's got a GW Panther as well. Another hit on the Lurver, 208 this time. And we're getting more stun assists, so our teammates are actually helping us. Although I do know one thing, apgibbo is not actually marking his target, so he's not telling his teammates which tanks he's actually going for. That's something that could certainly help him, because if his teammates knew that the next shot was going to be, say, on the Liss, who just killed our Super Hellcat, then they could look for the Liss and then get a shot on him just after he's been hit. That one went long on the Liss. It exploded against the rock, but it still stunned him, and he used his first aid kit to get rid of the stun quickly. The standard reload on the GW Panther is 25.89 seconds, and you can see he's got 21.45. Rounds out straight away. And another hit on the Lurver. So he's racking up the damage, because of course he's already almost up to 1,000 hit points of actual damage, and he's well over that in stun assist already. His teammates have been very generous to him, and the Liss just took a hit, and he's low on hit points now. He could be taken out with one good round. Rounds out. Oh, it hit the rocks. It hit these rocks here, the columns. That's why the shell didn't reach the Liss. Now, our teammates are almost coming around that corner now, and that's why it's important to take out that list, because he's actually defending against the Jagdtiger 88. So if we can get around into that list, we might get a kill, but moreover, more importantly... Oh, he's gone. Okay, so he has gone, so now we can focus on the M2Y. But again, it's very difficult to get shots around that column. He's definitely trying to locate a position. He can't get one. I think he might need to move forward. The M2Y's gone down, and the Lurva is taking damage. The Jagdtiger is doing a good job. Okay, he's found the Wizzy 1201 GFT. The Lurva on the enemy team has gone down, but we've just lost a couple of tanks ourselves. Oh, that's a direct hit. He definitely hit the GSAW 1080. It was just at the end of that row. And now we've got a Gauriker back at the enemy cap, and he was just marked by our teammates. That's what happens when you mark the targets. You get a symbol suddenly appear above them, and people know that you are attacking that particular target, which makes it easier for them to actually attack it, because they know you're going to do something about it as well. And there's Gauriker up there as well, and he's not alone. There's a Udas 14.5 up there, and both of them got stunned, so there's a good chance we might get some stun assists. The Gauriker's side on to our teammates. In fact, actually, he's not side on to any of our teammates from around the cliff anymore, because he's actually facing off against the Type 63 and the Progetto. That was designed to try and hit the Gauriker again. There's the GSAW. Now, technically speaking, he has got fairly thin armor. You could take the GSAW out if you could get a penetration. And, ooh. Well, we didn't get a kill there. Can we get a shot on this Type 57? He's dialing in. Almost ready. Rounds out. Unfortunately, no, didn't connect. So now, really, the three tanks that we need to get hold of and damage are the Wizzy 1201 GFT, the Gauriker, which is up in the Sniper's Nest, and the Udas 14.5. Rounds out. He placed that where the Type 57 was located. Types moved up. Trying to use the wreck for cover. He's aiming for the Progetto, who's up the hill. No, we've got no shot there at the moment. I go back to the Sniper's Nest because there's a good chance you might get something there. And the Wizzy 120's just come into sight. Now, another thing he could do is he could move forward to change the angle, or he can actually head over to the east of the map, to just to the east of the cap area, where he might be able to put the shell around the rock from the front side. But I think that's an accurate shot there on the Wizzy 120, so he might be able to get that one in a few more seconds. Go for it. Rounds out. Direct hit. Okay, we're down by 2 now. Only 4 tanks left on our team, but we can still win this. Our Type 63 doesn't have much in the way of hit points, and the Progetto's almost out of health as well, but the Kalana actually does have half his health left. And another shot kills the Wizzy 120, and that's the important kill. You see, they've got twice our hit points at the moment. Remember, their Arty's going to be full health as it is, because nobody's hit him yet. And there's the Gauriker. He's actually just been exposed. He's being spotted by the Type 63, so we just need to put a round into him. The Gauriker can probably take him out with his 122mm round. That's it there. Round south. If the Gauker was behind the rock, and the Gauker's pulled back, he realizes he's too exposed. He's decided to pull back to near the Arty. And the Type 63 is trying to shoot him above, but he's actually in those bushes. And we know the Arty. Well, we don't know where the Arty is for that matter, but we can probably find out. We might need to change position now. If we do fire at the Arty, he will more than likely try to counter battery. And we just lost the Type 63 to the Gauker, so he pulled back with the purpose of trying to get us to expose ourselves. Gaukers, there's two Gaukers, one in the front position. There's the rear one. He just got a direct hit. Type 57 is moving on the Progetto. Our Kilana's not really doing much at the moment. And the Udas has moved up as he's trying to get the Progetto as well. So we really do need to help the guy, the Progetto, up the hill. He's firing another one in, and no joy on that. So really, he does need to help the hill at the moment. Okay. The Udas is on the hill, but he hasn't got to the top yet. He's near the top. There he is. He is on top now, but we just lost the Progetto. But Udas do have very thin armor, and if he can get a shot on target, he might be able to take that guy out. Fires a round in. Nope, doesn't get anything from that. So the Kalana's gone up onto the donut. We're changing position. Again, this is where knocking that tree down might actually help, because if anybody is going to be coming in this direction, there's going to be more trees there to block their sight. But we're too far over to the left there. We need to be a little further over to the right. He can't get a clean shot. The Udas, it looks like the Udas 14.5 is hunting the Kalana, but he gets taken out. And the Gauker's down in the Western Pass. He switches to the new target. Now he's got a clean shot here. Gauker's going to stay near the rocks, but he goes down as well. And now it's 2 versus 3. 2 more kills for the Kalana. He's up to 3 now. apgibbo's only got the 1 kill, but the tree just goes down. And that indicates where one of the enemy tanks is. That might be the Type 57 or the Gauker. It won't be the Arty for sure. The GW Panther won't go moving. Now, the reason I believe that is because he is a bit of a noob. So, more than likely, he's not going to be going. He's only got a 47% win rate. And again, he's firing rounds in to try and dislodge whoever's in that area. I don't think the Gauker's there, though. I think the Arty might be, but the Gauker's not. In fact, the Type 57 is coming directly for us. So we need to reload and get ready. Okay, auto-aim on as soon as you can see him. Auto-aim now. He does get a hit. 229. But he's not going to get any more. But ram him. Go for the ram. That's it. He's... Oh. Couldn't get any closer. If he had fired with an HE round when we were right up against him, that might have damaged him. You will get more hit points from a ram anyway. We were only 5 meters away when he fired. And that's the end of our game. But there's still one in play. The Kalana is still in play with 3 kills. He can take this and win the battle. But the Kalana is still in it. And he's actually moved down to... Well, he's up on the plane. So the mini-map's not showing his actual position at the moment. But... yes, he's covering the plane on this side of the map, the north side. And I think the Type 57's more than likely going to go to the cap. And he has! I was right. He's in the cap area. At this moment, there's 3 tanks on the enemy team. And whilst there's only 35 seconds left on the clock, 2 are in the cap now. But they haven't got enough to... actually cap out, so I suspect that what's actually happened is the Govica and the Type 57 are in the cap area, but the GW Panther's probably missing, and that's why they haven't got enough to cap out. So the Kalana's turned around and he's headed back to try and get a reset if he can. Oh no, he's not! He's not doing it! He should be going to the cap area to try and get a reset, but he's decided to give up, and that's it! Game over! It's a draw! Here's the end of battle stats, and what a turn up for the books! This was the first ace tanker for apgibbo in the GW Panther. Despite the fact that it turned out to be a draw, he still managed to get enough hit points to get an ace out of it, and enough stun assist as well. He got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 10, and he got a Confederate in this game for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. His win rate was 3006, which is Unicum level, at least, possibly Super Unicum level. Let's have a look at team score. All the highest damage in this game went to the units 14-5 on the enemy team, 3,766 hit points of damage to him, and he picked up a high caliber and a Confederate too. When it came to the highest damage on our team, that was the Kalana, who managed 3,235. So pity, because he might have been able to pick up a defender medal if he'd actually sat nearer to the cap area to intercept and put rounds into that Type 57, and also also potentially, I should say, that's the word I was looking for, the Govika, which actually was probably the other one that was in the cap. And we can see that 3,052 hit points in third place went to the Object 252U on our team. And when it came to apgibbo, he actually did get more than the second place person on the enemy team, who got the CS52 list, who got 2,355. And we could see apgibbo got 2,421. When it came to kills, the high scorer was the Udas again. He managed to get 4 kills out of that game. 3 kills went to the Kalana and also to the Object 252U, and 2 kills went to the Jagdtiger 88 and also the CS52 lists, the Govika, on both Govikas on the enemy team, both got 2 kills. And when it came to apgibbo, he only got the 1 kill out of that one. When it came to base XP, though, he was the highest scorer with 675. 658 went to the Object 252U on his team, and 629 went to the Udas 14-5. So even though the Udas had the highest damage in the game, it was apgibbo who was racking up the most damage, but most base XP, mainly down to the fact that he was tier 7 and he was attacking tier 8 opponents. The Object 252U and the Kalana both tier 8. And on the enemy team, there's CS52, he's tier 8, and the Udas as well. So yes, he was attacking superior opponents, but he was getting the better of them. Let's have a look at detail. Well, he fired 24 rounds in that game, and you only get 30 rounds of ammunition, so he only had 6 spare when he got taken out. The right thing I'm saying right at the very end, when he actually got hit, you advance towards the enemy. If you fired your round and you've tried to take them out, you fail, you get close to them, because if they use an HE round thinking that they can penetrate the armor of an Arty very easily, then they're going to get splashback onto them when they fire. Either that or you ram them if you think you can ram them. If you're in a tank that's actually a medium attacking another medium tank, but if they're a heavy tank, probably not going to get a lot of hit points if you ram them with a medium Arty. But if you've got a heavy Arty, that is heavy Arty, an Arty made from a heavy tank, then yes, you can ram another heavy and do considerable damage to them and get quite a load of hit points. But it also, as I say, it increases the chances that when they fire, they're going to get splashed back onto their own vehicle, and that's going to damage them. He got 10 direct hits on the enemy, but none of them penetrated. 19 splashes as well. 2,421 hit points of damage, of which 2,192 were at more than 300 meters. Obviously, the closer one was the enemy who killed him right at the very end. 2 hits received, both penetrations, I'm afraid. 9 enemy vehicles were damaged, 1 was killed, and he got 91 hit points of damage assist and 1,403 hit points of stun assist off 17 stuns. Now, he just made a profit on a premium account. He actually got 1,234 credits profit, but that was mainly down to the consumables at the end, and he did have to buy some of the extra HE, the non-stun HE. And he also picked up 1,587 experience points as well, but he got the Courageous Resistance Award on both the credits and the XP because, of course, he managed to get a Confederate medal. So congratulations to apgibbo, finally broken his stack on the Ace Tanker. He's got one now, and now he's going to repeat that on a regular basis. He said it was a pity that it was a draw that he got the Ace on, but it's an Ace, and once you've done it once, you can do it again. And this time round, you'll make it in a win and get considerable credits for it. Congratulations to apgibbo. If you enjoyed this replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.